Okay. I thought this thing was tripping. Good evening, everybody. It's Uncommon Sense Show. I'm your host, Kanad, the DJ. We're gonna get it started. I gotta send this link out uh to the crew. And we got a lot of shit to cover tonight, man. This one's gonna be a monster, man. It's gonna be a monster. There's so much shit that went down this weekend, man. Wow, it's been a very eventful weekend. Chicago and abroad, across the world, and a lot of things and happened. Yeah, I don't want to really dig into it right now. I'm just gonna kind of just we'll get into it how we get into it, but it's been busy, So let me send this stuff out and we're gonna rock and roll around here. Let's see here. Look like Mika gonna be back tonight. Let me turn the mic up. Yeah, I would like to get some music going. I might do them on the next one. Oh, tonight's drink of choice is Black Velvet. Cheap shit, but it's the bomb. That's all I got left. All right, let me send this out to John, and we'll say he's gonna be on for a half hour. And we're gonna get it started. Oh shit, damn. There you go, right here. This computer been acting crazy. I think I need an update or some shit. Okay, we got that sent out, and lay back and go from there. Make a day. What's good? How you doing? Can you hear me? Wait, is my mic on? Hello?
Yeah, your mic on. I hear you.
Oh, okay. What's happening? How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing, Kanad?
I'm the same old same, and was hanging in there. Everything good on your end or what?
Yeah, everything good. I just been was working hell of an overtime.
I know that's right. I understand that.
Yeah.
Shit, I know that. Cold.
I wasn't getting home till after midnight.
It be like that sometimes, shit. You gotta get paid. What's up, Alicia? What's up, John?
Yo.
I see everybody.
Hey,
okay,
everybody.
We about 4 deep right now. We about 4 deep.
Mika? Hold on, who else is here? I can't see.
John?
What's up, Alicia?
Hey, what's happening?
What's going on, y'all?
Ain't nothing. No. It's
Hey,
gonna be a
Alicia.
monster day.
Hey,
It's gonna
what's going on, Herbie?
I'm not talking to you no more.
It's gonna be a monster.
No, wait a minute.
We got beef. You don't respect my hairstyle.
I thought we was killing pink toes together.
No. Me and Jada Pinky are the same thing. You gotta respect my hairstyle.
Who we got in the building right here?
First of all,
Ed, what's good? What's good?
good.
Alicia, I called you back, lady.
Yeah, I saw you. I was running my mouth. I was
that's cool.
I was planning my trip. We going to Destin, Florida at the end of April.
Oh, nice. Hey, have a
I was
safe
in the
trip
grocery
in
store.
advance.
Look, I was in a grocery
Yeah,
store with a
thank you. Girls
nasty
trip.
ass attitude.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ed.
Look, I was in the grocery store with a nasty ass attitude.
Wait,
What happened?
why you in the grocery store with the attitude?
I
What's the
didn't
fuck
go with
happened to
attitude.
peach produce?
When I got up there and they started ringing that shit up and it came out to 190, I had an attitude.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's a
that'll do
wrap. It's a wrap. Fucking
Let's go
every
sell some
inflation.
pussy.
Yeah.
What you want, some cereal and milk?
I don't even think I would get 190 for that shit.
It's real out here. Like inflation is a motherfucker. Everything is up.
Yeah,
Everything.
I was up there playing put back like a motherfucker. I don't need this and I don't need that.
I know that shit.
This shit right here.
But see, that's how look, it can't stay like this forever. We've seen these times before. Eventually it's gonna drop. We just don't know when.
But you know, but because we've seen them, like we're taking them like it's so hard. Like I can't speak, I'm gonna assume. But black folks, majority of black folks, we've seen these times before. Get some damn potatoes, get you some chicken, you know what I'm saying? Like get the stuff to stretch. You know, gas is high, so y'all can't really go a whole bunch of places. But there was a time we used to walk and ride bikes and all that other foolishness. So hey,
no, it's more to it than that. No, it's more to it than that.
I told my coworkers, y'all see a divvy bike in the parking lot, mind your motherfucking business. Hey, Tamika.
Hey, Anthony.
Glad you back, Mika.
Yes, I'm glad to be back. I get
Girl,
some time to myself.
You left us to fight Kanard by ourselves, baby. It's exhausting.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm back now. I'm ready.
On some player shit, Kanard. On some player shit, Kanard.
I was just telling but you know what's been crazy? These last couple weeks been a motherfucker. But this weekend here, all the shit that went down this weekend, I don't know. We're gonna have a show tonight, y'all. We're gonna have it for real.
Oh, I come miss the show night. We got too much going on now. It's just too much happening.
I can't wait to hear what you're saying.
A lot.
I don't think I got too much to say about my food on the way. Shit. Hold on.
That's always what you got going on now, food.
Ain't nothing wrong with that shit. You gotta eat, I ain't
ate nothing today. I really ain't ate nothing. Y'all, damn, all you see is my teeth. I'm black than a motherfucker.
What we eat?
Some chilango.
I don't even know what that means.
Sorry.
I don't even know what that is either. What is that?
It's a Mexican restaurant. I got that, man. They nachos so goddamn good.
Oh, I thought it was a meal.
Well, it is a meal. That's how big. That's how much it is. These ain't these motherfucking ghetto nachos now.
Oh,
they want to know what you were eating, ma'am.
Right.
Nachos.
Okay.
Nachos.
I thought a chilango
with shrimp and chicken and all kind of lovely and deliciousness and shit.
I know that.
I like deliciousness.
Oh, you love this deliciousness.
But you know what? I don't like Mexican food.
You know, I can't really love it. I can eat it every day.
I don't like Mexican food. Just the thought of Mexican food upsets my stomach.
Racist.
But that's how other foods do me, though.
I'm not racist, John. I'm not. I don't know what it is. What it is about Mexico. Like I can't. And I used to really like it, but now like even the thought of it it upsets my stomach.
It make you boo boo hot.
So
no, it don't make me poop. It just make like how some things you think about your stomach just be like, no, nigga, leave it. That's why.
Like a White Castle or something like that.
Oh, I like White Castle, but White Castle don't like me either.
Oh, you don't like nobody. You ain't the only one.
I gotta say, White Castle don't get you. When you eat White Castle, you know what you get that you're going in. Like you know, I got about an hour before I shit. So,
but it's so delicious though.
That's the best food after drinking. I can tell you that.
It is.
Yeah.
That's what I can say. That's a late night drunk night
I'm
meal.
about to say, especially when you've been drinking.
And
they be so hot.
I ain't supposed to be ordering no food. Thank you.
That and Harold's. I know y'all West Side, y'all like that Uncle Remy's or whatever.
I like Harold's better, but don't tell nobody.
Harold's Uncle Remy's is disgusting.
I'm not familiar with Uncle Remus.
Uh,
I'm dead ass.
It ain't good. Don't worry about it.
Uncle you ain't missing
I have
nothing. It's
to-
nasty.
Hold on, Alicia. Hold on now. Can't get down now. I was quiet on your Harris. I let you have that. Don't let me say Uncle Remus now.
Kennard.
Don't say that lie.
Uncle Remy, it's bad. It's bad.
What to say, John?
But you know what?
That's
I
that
used to
gotta
badass
go, man.
but I got
chicken.
tired of it. I
Right,
got
that's
so
that
sick of Uncle
badass
Remus. I got
Harris
sick of eating it. Look, I can't tell my daughter will disown me if she heard that because she'll go buy her a G-pan in a fucking minute.
What's a G-pan?
What is that?
It's a pan. It's like shit. It's just a big ass pan of chicken.
Oh, well,
10,
Yeah,
you
I
get
want a
10,
G-pan.
10 pieces of chicken and 2 biscuits.
oh, you
You
know
can
what
get
that is?
fries if you like it.
Fried
What
hard
is
with the
that?
peppers.
I don't like
Kennard,
that fried hard.
Kennard, how you went to Austin and don't know about Uncle Remus?
I don't. We didn't eat that shit. We was going to Coleman's.
Oh yeah, Coleman's is that shit too.
Now,
Coleman's right around the
now,
corner from where we stayed at. We was on.
I do think Coleman's is better than Uncle Remus.
Now,
But
I
see,
don't know.
and I
I can't say that.
Of course, Coleman's was better than Uncle Remus, but you know that was for the rich people.
What, Coleman?
Us poor peoples went to Uncle Remus. You got a
Wait, wait.
G-Pan for $7. You got a G-Pan for $6. You couldn't beat that. You and all your homies ate off for that.
Where was Uncle Remus at? 'Cause we stayed
Right there on Madison and Central. It was right there.
Damn, I must have walked past it.
Y'all can't see it, can y'all?
Yeah, as many times as you went to Max, I know you had to see it.
Shit,
If you went to Mr. Shoes, you had to see it.
No.
Can y'all see it? Can y'all see my chilongos?
Oh yeah. I see it in the small screen. I don't see it on the big one.
That ain't shit but Panda Express.
What you say?
I said that's Panda Express.
Panda Express.
Shit, that ain't
I know
even
orange
right
chicken when I see it.
That ain't even the right ethnicity. Shit.
I know orange chicken when I see it.
Shit. You see orange nachos, you see sauce.
I know that.
You see sauce.
But look, y'all. Look.
Damn it. Oh, y'all
Okay,
go ahead. Let me know, and I'll be right back.
I know you gotta eat, so it's all good. You can pop in whenever you get ready. Look, okay, and by the way, John, I hate that I caught like the first, I want to say like the first 10 minutes of your live. I didn't get to watch the whole thing. I'm gonna go back.
I didn't hear a thing you said. Your phone cut out.
Can you hear me now? Because I didn't do shit to the mic. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes,
You can hear me clearly.
yes.
Okay, cool. I caught like the first 10 minutes of your live. I gotta go back and I gotta watch it because I really wanted to see that one.
Okay.
But what's up is what I was gonna do, I was gonna take and cast it. Like on YouTube, you have a video, you can cast it to like a bigger TV. So I couldn't do it with that. So I was like, well, damn, let me just get to it later. So I want to watch Johnny's live. And Johnny's live, what I saw was dope. So he do good lives, that ain't nothing new. But tonight, this some shit. It's a lot of shit that didn't happen. A whole lot of shit that has been going on this weekend. And y'all already know what I'm talking about.
The slap heard around the world.
The slap heard around the whole world.
Really?
Huh?
Nothing.
This one's gonna be a fucking monster. It's like, where do you start? Where do you start with this?
That's a good question.
No, because
I cannot wait to hear y'all take. I really can't wait to hear y'all take.
I'm gonna ask Mika. Mika ain't been here in a minute. Mika, I know you already know what I'm talking about. I know you already know. What's
hands down, I know I'm gonna get a lot of feedback from this, but I'm on Will's side with this one. I ride out with Will with this one.
Okay.
I ride out with. The reason why I ride out with Will because I mean, where you fucked me over at, where I fucked you up at. It was at the Oscars. It just happened to be at Jada. I mean, sympathize with Jada. Understand what Will going through at the house. I'm not even gonna go back to all this pressure everybody talking about he got built up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at that moment, his wife felt disrespected, so he got up and did what he had to do. Imagine he going home and got to deal with this. Jada already feels bad about herself. Women's, we never feel 100% about ourselves anyway. Then she dealing with this, and you say that joke. I mean, yeah, we'll laugh. It was funny, but his wife was upset. So I feel like he had to protect his wife, and he had to go for her feelings. It's not so much his feelings. It was so his action was based off of her reaction. So I feel like he normal. Everybody say, "Oh, well, you shouldn't have did it at the Oscars, or you could have waited until you got behind stage. There was a better way to handle it." And at that moment, that was the way he felt like handling it. I mean, I can't say if it was me, I probably wouldn't have did the same thing, but it all depends on how you feel in that moment. That's how he felt in that moment.
So you think Will was right for doing what he did? That's just
yeah, I do, because it was that moment. It was in that moment.
I'm not okay. We all got voices here, so that's what it's gonna be. Because
that's my opinion.
Right. See, now look at Alicia.
that was my opinion. That's how I feel. I don't hold nothing against him. I think, hey, he did what he felt was right at that moment. And I feel like Chris, it's just you can't take certain things, you just can't joke about. I could go in depth with it how I really feel, but we on the show, so I got to get everybody else a chance to talk.
Okay, well, whoever want to take it, go right ahead. I'm not gonna say shit right now. I'm not gonna say nothing. Bad as I want to, I'm not gonna say shit.
He was wrong. I'm gonna speak.
Okay.
He was wrong. He was wrong.
What's wrong, Alicia?
I mean, first of all, like I think that I don't think that Will was so upset with Chris. I think that this man has just been him and his family and his wife too. They've been talked about so much, and that he's not responded. That probably was a breaking point. But Chris Rock was reading off a prompt. So if you want to slap somebody about it, slap Amy Schumer, because Amy Schumer is the one that actually wrote the joke. And if he had a problem with Chris, like they're grown ass men, like the reality of it is Chris Rock and Will Smith, they both have pretty decent reputations. Like they ain't been in no bullshit. They ain't known for doing all that. And I think and I'm only speaking from a woman's point of view, because I'm definitely not a man, but as a man, I would have expected him to pull him to the back. And if he wanted to slap him behind closed doors or behind wherever, then do that. But going on stage and slapping him like that in front, first of all, open hand slapping on a man, you gotta die.
Straight up.
But and then to do it on national TV, and the way that Chris handled it was, man, his fist was balled up, but that could have went left in so many ways. Just because he stepped up there. And although Jada feels attacked, like at the end of the day, it's fucking comedy. There's not a comic that's very popular. There's not a comic that says offensive shit. I mean, you could talk about Dave Chappelle, you could talk about Richard Pryor, Red Fox, Amy Schumer is offensive. Even when you watch Saturday Night Live, they're offensive. You poke fun at people. That's what you do. And I can understand him being upset. And I think that he just, at that moment, he felt like he did what he had to do, and I understand it. But just because I understand it does not make it right. And that could have been handled a different way. And I mean, and then even like his and I don't watch the Oscars, but I just saw snippets like when he was doing his acceptance speech. Like there were and I don't think that they should take his Oscar away, but there were too many fucking people clapping for him. And who was clapping? Like Chris Rock, he got fucking embarrassed. Like that's embarrassing. And he left after that. And all these folks are hugging Will and all, like, nigga, like it's not okay for you to do that. And you need to do that behind closed doors, but certainly not in front of all these people like that. And you.
So is we saying he wrong because we don't condone violence?
I'm saying he's wrong because I'm saying he's.
I mean, wherever you get it, wherever you feel embarrassed there, wherever you feel disrespected, is where you take care of that.
But Mick, if you take that stance. Chris Rock didn't write that joke. Amy Schumer wrote that joke. So if that's the way you're gonna be, then he needs to go slap shit out of Amy Schumer, because Chris Rock didn't write that joke. Chris Rock was reading off a prompter. And I'm not saying that. I'm all for violence.
But Chris Rock had a choice to do that joke or not.
But
I know Chris Rock was under the impression that he knew that what she was going through because she's been talking about it for the longest.
Let me tell you something. When you start trying to censor people about what they joke about, people joke about a lot of shit. And again, I get that he was upset, but these are grown ass men. He could have waited till he got behind closed doors and said something to him, because if he's that upset, then I want you to take that same energy and go slap Amy Schumer with the shit, because Amy Schumer's the one that wrote the joke. And although it was Chris's, Chris could have stopped it, she didn't have to write it. So we're going to take that precedence, but at the end of the day, nobody is responsible for your behavior and your actions but you. He went up there and slapped that man on national TV. And Chris Rock said it may have been offensive, but it didn't deserve for him to get his hands put on. And if Will felt like that, like, I get why he felt like that. I'm not saying that I don't understand it, but this doesn't make it right. And you also have to put context too. If that had been another kind of nigga, it would have been, the Oscars would have been shut down and they would have been tearing up that floor because of how Will came to him. So it's a way to do everything. And if he felt like he had disrespected his wife, he could have did it without doing what he did. Because if Chris had to press charges, Chris wouldn't have been wrong. If Chris had to slap the shit out of him, he wouldn't have been wrong. If they would have ended up fighting on that, it would have been wrong.
Exactly. I mean, that's the only thing I feel. I feel like if he would have retaliated, then that's it. But at the same time, I feel like it's a reaction. It's a reaction for every action. But I feel like we can't tell. But see, we can't tell Will what's joking for him and what's not joking for him. And we can't tell him where his breaking point is at. We can't tell him how he feels at that moment.
If you in public and you got a breaking point, I'm not responsible for your breaking point. That's you. And I agree with you. I think he's sick of all of them fucking with him and he just had enough. I don't think he was so mad at Chris. I think that he had just had enough of everybody fucking with him. And at this point, that was just enough for him. But what I'm saying is that he can feel, I think that I understand. Again, like I said, I understand why he did it, but why he doesn't make it right. It didn't make it right. And you can't just walk up to somebody, again, because he's a comedian, he says offensive shit. Right. If all the comedians that said offensive shit got hit, then we wouldn't have no more comedians and there'd be a bunch of lawsuits, right? And so when you take it in that context, like whatever he could have said, because these are not Neanderthals, these are poised men. Chris Rock and Will Smith are poised men. They ain't known for being rowdy or not being able to listen, not being able to comprehend or understand. And even in that anger, he could have composed himself and waited till Chris got finished doing whatever fuck Chris was doing and talked to his ass in the back.
Right.
Because
not only we saying he wrong because he did it in front of everybody.
I'm saying him putting his hands on Chris was the wrong thing to do. You don't slap no grown motherfucking man.
Straight
right?
Up.
And if you can take a joke, I mean, the joke is a joke. But if you're upset because he said that and you slapped him, then goddamn it, you need to go slap Amy Schumer. That's my only thing, because she wrote the joke. So if you're upset that you felt like your wife was being disrespected, he wasn't the only one disrespecting him. And again, as men, as black men, as poised black men, as men that have very good character, like their characters, both of them is damn near above reproach, right? They have very good reputation, right? So you up here doing all of this, and that don't mean that ain't nobody gonna call your wife bald-headed. That's not what that means, right? But what that means is we don't know what's going on in Will and Jada's bedroom. I hear a lot of people saying, well, he should have jumped on August like he did. That's not for me or anybody else to say, because you don't know how that man dealt with his wife behind closed doors. Nobody knows what those conversations were. And really, we forget that these people are human. But if you say something to me, if you call my child bald head and I just walk up to you and slap you, I might be justified, right? But there's consequences to that shit, and it's still bad behavior, because what I could, especially if I do it, if we beefing and I slap you in front of our kids, we kids will see us tussling or see me slapping you. That's not a good environment for a child to sit in. What will be an adult for me is to say, hey, Mika, can I talk to you for a minute? You know, this is what's going on. I said, blah, blah, blah. And if we got to be behind closed doors, that's separate. But as a man, as somebody who has some dignity and some character and some class about himself, he shouldn't have slapped that man like that, because Chris Rock would not have been wrong if he had started fighting him back. And then we have a whole nother conversation. And it's really a conversation at the end of the day, motherfucker, this family business. And you can't handle family business out there like that. And if you get slapped, then our family business is out there. Because now if he decided he want to fight, he could have said he wanted to press charges, then what?
Yep.
Then what?
If he would have pressed charges, that would have been fine too. But like I say, we don't, like I say, Will felt at that moment, at that time. See, everybody want to try to like say he wrong because where he did it at, or he wrong for this, for smacking this man, but it's disrespect. Ain't nobody gonna tolerate disrespect. And if he feel like, and then we can't and we don't know, and your tolerance from disrespect is different from his tolerance from disrespect. And then we even like, then we think about it, it's like every time, it's like Chris, then that wasn't Chris' first time disrespecting his wife. Well, he disrespected his wife years ago, so he gave him a pass. So years ago,
and I've heard that play too. But again, we don't know what was said, so we don't know if it was disrespect. And at the end of the day,
you didn't see that. You didn't see that Grammys. Oh well, you don't watch the Grammys.
No, I don't watch that shit.
You didn't see that year when he got up there and said when he disrespected Jada when she boycotted the Grammys. Because wasn't no African American women's getting nominated, winning the Grammy. So he said a joke. He said a joke then. So it's like you gotta pass. It was like 7-9 years ago.
So Jada now, and the LGBT community, they can't nobody joke about them. Because I find it real funny that you got white people saying niggas, black folks saying crackers. You can say all of these offensive shit. George Carlin was good for saying a bunch of offensive shit.
Sure was.
A bunch of CK. Says a lot of when do we stand
up though? When do we stand up?
But what I'm saying to you is what I'm saying to you.
If I feel disrespected bad, if I feel disrespected, I say something to you, I speak it to you, and then you turn around and redo it again. That's
man. Look,
I mean, you just can't keep picking on a person.
But he didn't again. But that's my problem. What you said, he didn't pick on shit. He didn't write that joke. Amy Schumer wrote that joke. So if you want to go slap shit out of somebody, go slap shit out of Amy Schumer, right? Because if you feel so disrespected that you had to go up there and slap him, had that same energy for her too, because she wrote the joke, right? So and again, it's fucking comedy. And I'm not saying he shouldn't. I can't tell nobody how to feel. Everybody's entitled to feel how they feel, but with your feelings comes responsibility, and you can't be reactionary, right? Because when he went up there and stopped, I said that starting this conversation. I understand why he did it. I get it. Doesn't make it right because I understand, right? Because he still shouldn't have slapped that man. It's because even when you try to separate it like that, at the end of the fucking day, it's the Oscars. If he had beef with Chris, he shouldn't have been sitting that close because I know he knew Chris was hosting, right? Yep. And on top of that, he's a fucking comedian. Comedians say offensive shit. All comedians say offensive shit. And I just named 2 white boys that say shit. Just George Carlin and Louis C.K. They say all kind of crazy shit. All kind of about blacks, Asians, white.
If y'all don't close my door and stop running in and out of here.
But that's what I'm saying. So if you got it. If you can take a dick, you can take a joke.
See, but see, when y'all say it like that, he better be glad it won this person. He better be glad it won that person. Isn't that an insult to Chris too? Because that's just like saying Chris a hoe.
Mika, I ain't saying none of that. I'm not saying it better be. I didn't say that. That's not what I said. What I said was that I'm glad that Chris Rock didn't decide that he was gonna hit him back. I don't give a damn who it was. The shit just was not cool. And if you want to slap him, if y'all want to do that shit behind those closed doors. But walking up to that man while he doing the job, slapping the shit out of him, and he handled it with such grace. Because I would have been a shot Will's ass all the fuck up, and Jada could have got it too. The way he slapped, I mean, and he ain't even really slapped him hard, but the way he handled it, man, he could have handled that a different way. And had he handled it a different way, we would be talking about some different shit. You know what I'm saying? So again, I understand that he was offended, and he might be sick of people fucking with him. I get all of that, but he could have taken Chris back there and had a conversation with him. Because if you look at the video, he cried and sobbing, and I almost want to say that he said he felt remorse for hitting him, right? So,
he apologized. He apologized. He apologized for it.
But he needs to apologize to Chris Rock. But
you got to go. He apologized to Chris Rock. He didn't apologize at the Grammys.
Right.
He didn't apologize at the Grammys. And
that's when he should get it.
He took it to Instagram and he apologized to that. But he wasn't. And I feel like he should. I feel like that apology was because of what was going on, the backlash behind. That's what that was that apology for. I think he should have just talked to him.
I think he felt wrong. Like, I don't think that he thought he was so fucking justified. I think once Denzel and them kind of talked to him and told him, because that's the one thing I did. Like, was all 3 of them black men got with him and they had a conversation with him about what he did. And that's okay. That's okay. I don't ever have to know what the conversation was, but that same energy that he slapped the shit out of Chris Rock with, he need to get in public on the stage with Chris Rock in front of him and fucking apologize sincerely for doing that shit.
Straight up.
So do we think Chris Rock should apologize for the joke? Now that he know how Will felt?
Absolutely not. Let me tell you why. Because it's a fucking joke. It's a joke. He was at the end of the day, he was doing his job. And again, if I get mad at you for saying, if you standing up doing your job and I hit you for doing your job, I need to hit the motherfucker who gave the job, right? So if you're gonna take that, if you're gonna take that energy with Chris, take it with Amy. But at the end of the day, he could have handled that differently. Because hitting that man like that, it did what? Because shit, that ain't gonna be, trust and believe. Now that he done did that, they gonna joke about her head it's gonna be all over. They joking about the shit now.
Everybody done took her names out they jokes.
She doing interviews saying she don't give a fuck about what people think about her hair. So which one is it? Right. Which one is it? Pick a struggle. Because you can't say one thing and then somebody's like, well, she's so upset about her hair. She's sensitive about the shit. Then she all on TikTok.
She didn't like the joke. She didn't like the joke. She didn't like the joke being told publicly like that. She didn't like it. Wasn't an appropriate time for that joke.
Let me tell you something. My cousin had a girlfriend who used to call herself a fat bitch. All the time she called this fat bitch. I don't call myself no bitch. I don't do stuff like that. We riding in the car. She called herself a fat bitch. So I was laughing, calling her a fat bitch too. She got offended. So I told my cousin, how the fuck am I supposed to know she offended? She calling herself a fat bitch and making a joke about it. But my cousin's like, well, she's really sensitive about it. I'm not fucking clairvoyant. I don't know that. You don't want me to call you a fat bitch? Please stop calling yourself a fat bitch next to me, because it's unfair for you to make me try to discern when and where I can say something to you. Either I can say it or I can't. But because when I want to say it, then goddamn I'm gonna say it. And you can't get mad at me because I'm saying it. If it's offensive to you, then it's offensive to you all the time. This period.
I don't know, because everybody don't feel like that. Everybody don't feel like that, because everybody feel like, okay, I could joke with you. We family. I could joke with my family, but you can't joke with my family. People feel that way.
And judging from what you just said, it seemed like to me Chris Rock would have felt the same way. But here's the thing. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna pass it. This is what I think. If you were so self-conscious or whatever it is about your hair, your alopecia, whatever the fuck it is, y'all niggas could have sat in the back somewhere so can't nobody see y'all. That's number one. If you go to a comedy show and you sit in the front row, you a target. Any comedy show you go to, this is what it is. They're gonna go through the whole thing. And prior to that joke that Chris Rock made about her, he had did a couple of more jokes about some other people. And my guess is they was around the front row. So this is what
you understand, that the joke was written, right? So no matter where the fuck she sat, the joke was gonna get told. Okay,
well, fair enough then. At the end of the day, then you didn't have to go. If you felt like y'all was being targeted and people talking shit about you and all this, then you ain't have to fucking go. You could have just stayed at the crib. You won't be the first or the last person to not go to the fucking Oscars, and that would have been the end of it. Instead, you want to go and then, goddamn it, act like it's bigger than what it is. It was petty as fuck. Then he laughing. He gets up out of his chair, go and smack this man. Then, like a nigga in the street, you gonna cuss him out from the audience. What kind of shit is this?
I enjoyed that part.
I'm like, this is fucked up. This is a whole different level. I can't support Will Smith anymore. Because prior to that, I was like, I vouch for Will Smith. A lot of black folks don't fuck with Will Smith. Oh, he's soft. He this, he that. Niggas don't fuck with Will Smith like that up until he did that nigga shit. Now all of a sudden we gonna vouch for him. That's my take on it. I'm not talking about you, Mika. I'm saying it's just black folks in general.
I always thought Will was official now.
Motherfuckers don't fuck with Will.
I mean, because Chris Rock ain't the first person that he smacked.
Which is true.
He smacked the photographer before. I remember that. No, they do.
The journalist. It was a journalist. The journalist tried to kiss him.
He tried to kiss him in the mouth. He smacked him like that. I could pull that video up, but I did.
He slapped Chris like Rock. Well, not really. Maybe not as hard. I don't know.
I mean, he didn't smack the reporter as hard as he smacked Chris Rock.
The journalist who tried to kiss him, that was assault. That's a very different category. Because if I tried to go and kiss Scarlett Johansson, that's assault.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
But yeah, the dude, I seen the video a while ago, so I knew about that. and they're starting to circulate around the internet. But yeah, that shit been there. He been smacked this dude. The little
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's to me, it's just like I say, it's for every action there's a reaction. As right or wrong, I'm not finna boycott him, or I'm not finna look at him any differently or feel any type of way because he smacked Chris Rock at the Oscars. Because to me, he a normal ass person, and I know people been.
I agree with you, Mika.
I know people being shot. I know people being shot for less than that. People done lost their life for less than that. But you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna look at he normal seeing. And then the thing what I have against a lot of people when it comes to celebrities, I don't give a fuck how many zeros they got behind their name. They are human beings, regular human beings. They are not perfect. They gonna make mistakes. So for everybody to feel like they try to like say, oh well, I look at him differently. I don't. I still look at him the same. Everybody has a point in their life where, hey, I got to do what I got to do. And I mean, I'm not even going with the build up shit because everybody want to say, well, everybody want to talk about where this been going on with, It's just we don't know how he felt at that moment. We don't know what would have happened after that if he would have went home. He just felt like that, hey, my wife feel offended. I got to get up and do something.
Yeah, but
smacking him was the thing that came to his man. That's what he did. I ain't gonna say right or wrong. I don't condone violence. I'm not gonna say right or wrong, but I'm not gonna hold it against him and feel any differently towards him.
But he was just laughing there. You can see the spot.
Why should the rest of America give a fuck about how you feel?
Right. You ain't special.
That's my question. Like, why does the rest of Earth care about how you feel?
Right.
Why would he care about how America feel? America feel about him.
That's actually my point.
That's how he has to do stuff.
That's actually my point too. Like all of us are grown. We know we got people who don't like us. We know, but also, well, this is actually the point of before, because the argument about him being mad about the August Sestina, whatever his name is, all that stuff. Let's not forget, Will and Jada are the ones who put that shit out for public consumption. Mm-hmm. Nobody went
and that's why I don't think that played a part in last night. In the Oscars night. I don't think that played a part in it. I think people saying it, I don't think that played a part in it. I think he was just at that moment. What he did was all pertaining to that moment. I don't think it was no build up. I don't think it was no backlash. I think it was just at that moment. His impulse. He went from 0 to 100 just in that moment. That's what I think.
Here's why I don't think that it's that way, because let's just think about it. So what I searched for this morning was like, you know what? I need to know what other jokes Chris Rock said and everybody said before this, so I can know. I tried to get the whole set. So I said, fuck it. I didn't know the thing was on Hulu, so I watched the thing on Hulu. I think I made it like, I don't know. I fast forward a lot because I only wanted to hear the jokes. The jokes, well, first of all, the nature of jokes, it's always going to be made at somebody's expense. That's how fucking jokes work. Right. Now, you can have jokes that are completely innocuous, like when Alicia and Andrew like, hey, Johnny, haha. The basic joke is, Johnny, your hair is curly, therefore it looks like a perm, right? That's the basic of the joke. Now, I don't know why I would be offended by that, but I would be the subject of that joke. The joke's not offensive. Now, if a white person said, hey, nigga, your hair is curly, you look like a fucking mop handle, now it's still a joke, but now it's done with some type of offensive undertones, but those aren't even undertones, those overtones. So now it's something completely different. There's nothing about what he said that was disrespectful in the joke. Basically, his joke was, Jada Pinkett, we all know that you used to have hair. You no longer have hair anymore. You remind us of this movie that was made 20 some odd years ago. That's the basic joke. That wasn't even the worst joke that was told that night. It ain't even in the top 10 of the worst jokes. They said one motherfucker looked like he had COVID. They talked about Jake Gyllenhaal and his sister was fucking. They talked about all kinds of shit. Like that don't even come close to the worst shit that was possibly said that night.
It wasn't the joke. It's the reason why it's the way she felt offended was she's already going through some stuff with dealing with alopecia. I don't know if y'all know anybody that deal with alopecia. I have a nephew. He's 20. I have a nephew that deals with it. He's 19. He's 21 years old. He's been dealing with it since he was a teenager. That sends you to a depressed mode. It's like people, it's an emotional disease towards
I got
that people that
PTSD.
have it.
I got
Right.
PTSD and have been to the crazy
So,
house 6 separate times.
You know, she okay, but see, she felt she going through this. The fact that she got to deal with you dealing with yours in private, she got to deal with this in public. I mean,
No,
in
she
public.
don't. She didn't have to go.
Yes, she do.
She didn't have to go.
No. When she make appearances, she still got to work. When she make appearances in her, she got to explain this every time she goes somewhere. She
really
got to explain this.
But does she really
People
have
are
to
gonna
work?
ask her.
This man is probably
Why
a multi-millionaire.
have to work?
But does she really have to work? Her husband is a mega millionaire. She don't have to work. She working because she wants to.
She don't have to work for the money. She don't have to work for the money aspect.
She don't have to do
But
that.
that's just like a housewife that get tired of sitting at home all day. She goes to work. She in public, like she's always in public view. Public, like she always
I have a
herself.
question.
That can get emotional when you keep talking about it.
But in the grand scheme of things, in the grand scheme of life, her medical condition is she lost her hair.
Mm-hmm.
It's people out here with cancer. They lost fucking breasts. They lost their hair, and they're gonna fucking be dead in 6 months.
Yep.
So on the grand scheme of things, her little hair loss don't mean shit to the rest of the world.
But nobody's not making fun of nobody that got cancer though. Nobody they not making jokes of nobody that got anybody that got sick. You don't hear them make.
Yes, you do.
They didn't make no joke.
No comedians.
No, I don't. They didn't make no joke.
No, not that night.
They didn't make no joke about that white lady that was sitting in the wheelchair that she dealing with some type of illness that got up there with Lady Gaga. They didn't write her in no joke.
Okay,
but
she accepted an award. They didn't write her in no joke.
Do we?
Hell, I made a joke about a gay cancer patient. I don't get no fucks.
I don't understand why.
I mean, they sensitive to certain in Hollywood. They sensitive to certain people, and then in certain people, they just feel like they could just get over. Just like that lady made that joke.
Tamika, you been to a comedy show?
Yeah.
Has the comedian up there ever said anything that was either specifically or generally offensive to you?
No.
Okay. Have you seen them say something specifically or generally offensive to somebody in the audience?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that person should have got up and slapped them?
If they felt offended.
How do you make comedy without?
No, I don't. No, I'm just playing.
I think to me that you like to see some fighting, right?
No.
That's that West Side coming out.
No. I'm just saying. No. I'm just saying that I don't judge Will because of what he did his actions. I don't judge him. I don't judge him.
I got a judge.
I don't judge him.
I'm gonna judge him and I'm gonna judge her.
But no, I don't. I know. I understand you come there. You this with this comedy. We say the same thing. I stood up for Chappelle when they was trying to make it seem like he was wrong for that. But at the same time, I just say I don't think like everybody should feel like Will just a horrible ass person because he got up there and smacked Chris Rock. I just don't think everybody should feel like
Will Smith is not. He's not a bad person. And what we have to keep in mind is that he's fucking human and fallible, like every one of us. Like just because they're in the public light, that still does not negate the fact that they're human. So they're gonna do shit. They're gonna have emotion. Again, I don't agree with what he did, but I'm not boycotting him either because I'm like, shit. If as long as they fix that shit, I'm good with it. Cause I don't think what he did was right. I didn't see how the joke was so bad, but in that moment, he felt the need to. Chris did an excellent job of just not having a nigga moment because that could have really turned into a nigga moment. And even seeing Denzel and Tyler Perry and what's the producer's name?
Oh boy.
Yeah, the one that produced the thing. The one that produced the King Richard.
Yeah.
We less than a minute, y'all.
Seeing them like try to pull him to the side and have a conversation is definitely a good thing, but what you can't deal with how somebody feel. Like I can't be responsible for how you feel because that means that I have to be a mind reader. I'm not a mind reader. And if you're that fucking sensitive about your hair, whatever, then you need to stay away from that topic. But she's on TikTok and other social media platforms saying she don't give